Bridger Teton National Park, Wyoming. Hikers found a tattered tent, claw marks in the trees and a backpack torn like paper. A little farther on, a body. The man's name was Josh Brandon, 34 years old. He'd come alone to spend the night under the stars. He wasn't new. He just didn't know exactly where to pitch his tent. His mistake didn't start when he heard a rustle, or even when he opened the food inside the tent. It started when he picked the most scenic spot on the map. This video isn't about an attack. This video is about a chain of bad decisions that leads to disaster. Because death in the wild is rarely immediate. It's the result of mistakes made step by step. Josh Brandon was 34. A web developer from Denver, he camped to disconnect, not to explore, but to exhale. Most of his trips had been along established trails, quiet weekends with controlled risks. National parks, known paths, clear signage. He liked stillness. He liked order. He didn't like surprises. He had taken a long weekend off work, driven north into Wyoming, and parked near Bridger Teton National Park. His plan was 2 nights alone. No service. No notifications. Just a sleeping bag, a titanium mug, and the silence of pine trees. That morning he'd posted a photo of his boots beside the trailhead. Caption: no signal. Perfect. He picked a spot near a stream, open, scenic, almost too perfect. Down in a shallow dip, surrounded by thick trees and carpeted in moss. There was dry wood nearby, a flat patch for his tent, and a view of the mountains through the clearing. What he didn't know was that this area was a known wildlife corridor. Rangers avoided camping here. He hadn't checked. His tent was single-walled, compact, lightweight. There was no fly sheet. No odor barrier. No thermal insulation. He pitched it low, staked it into the moss, and stored his gear next to it. To him, it looked serene. To an animal, it looked vulnerable. He'd chosen the worst possible terrain, a basin close to water, where scent pools in the air, where runoff gathers, where wildlife moves. He'd placed himself directly in the path of what the forest uses at night. He carried no bear spray. No fire starter. No signal flare. Not even a whistle. The jingle bell on his backpack strap? He had removed it. Too noisy, he wrote in a note to himself. He wanted quiet. The kind that listens back. He ate inside the tent. Tuna sandwich. Peanut butter. Strong smelling, high fat, high protein. Everything predators detect miles away. The wrappers he stuffed into a plastic bag, and used it as a pillow under his head. There was no bear bag. No suspended food sack. Just a standard insulated lunch cooler in his backpack. He didn't tie it to a tree. He didn't bury it or hide it. It sat near the door of the tent, half unzipped. Around midnight, he heard something. A crunch. A drag across bark. Maybe branches shifting. He put it down to squirrels, or maybe a deer. He placed earbuds in, cued a meditation playlist, and closed his eyes. That moment was the third and most critical error. Between the food, his scent, tobacco on his jacket, toothpaste, deodorant, and the fabric of the tent, he had created a concentrated aromatic beacon. In open air, the scent would disperse. In a basin? It stayed. A fragrant trap. The streambed at the base of the slope funneled scent like a pipe. The cold air kept it low. The air didn't move much that night. A perfect condition for convergence. The tent was a still point. And predators follow scent like a wire. His backpack, his pillow, held toothpaste, snacks, sunscreen, and menthol balm. The combination wasn't just inviting. It was irresistible. He laid down in the exact spot a bear might expect to find something edible. And he didn't know it. At 1:43 a.m., Josh's fitness watch recorded a sharp spike in heart rate. He had been asleep. Something woke him. A vibration under the tent. Something heavy. A crackle of leaves. A deep, slow pressure in the ground. He froze. Didn't speak. Didn't move. He didn't shine a light. Didn't yell. He waited. That hesitation was his final mistake. Bears don't get scared by silence. They investigate it. Tracks later showed the animal approached from the left. It circled. One quick swipe, a test slash, tore the side of the tent. Fabric split with a single hook. It wasn't a full attack. Just curiosity. Testing resistance. Then came impact. Deep claw furrows in the earth. The tent shifted a meter, dragged and twisted. Josh likely screamed at this point. But it was too late. Movement only triggers speed in a bear. Resistance means escalation. At 1:48, his heart rate peaked, then flatlined. The biometric data ended in one sudden drop. Less than 6 minutes had passed from first movement to last breath. Campers half a mile away reported one sound, a single scream. Not drawn out. Not repeated. Just one. And then, stillness. They assumed it was a dream. By morning, Josh hadn't checked in. His car was still parked at the trailhead. Rangers began tracking by boot print. The trail led toward the stream, dipped, and ended in broken moss. His tent was shredded. Torn cleanly along two walls. Parallel claw marks. Inside, candy wrappers, smears of peanut butter, a half-crushed protein bar. A smell that lingered. Tracks were clear. A large male grizzly. The animal had circled the camp twice before approaching. There were no signs of struggle. Just approach, contact, drag. Josh's body was found 70 meters downslope. One arm outstretched. His chest collapsed inward. Facial abrasions from paw strikes. He had not fought. He had not run. The attack was immediate, overwhelming, and final. The medical report stated he likely died in his sleep, or the moments just after waking. No defensive wounds. No hesitation marks. The only resistance came from the ground. He chose the wrong spot. Not a little wrong. Critically wrong. Downhill. Near water. In a channel known to rangers. He didn't check. He didn't ask. It looked pretty. That was enough. He brought food into the tent. Everything that should have been 50 feet away, suspended, sealed, was beside his face. Not hidden. Not masked. Not even considered. He carried no deterrent. No spray. No knife. No whistle. Not even a headlamp within reach. His plan depended on nothing going wrong. And when it did, he had nothing. In the wild, silence is not peace. Silence is permission. If you don't shout, don't flash, don't make yourself known, you give predators time. And time means opportunity. He camped like it was a park. But it wasn't. It was a system. A live network of predators, habits, migrations. A place where rules exist whether you know them or not. Josh Brandon was buried in Denver. Friends remembered him as thoughtful, calm, always chasing quiet. They said he loved the stars. But that night, he wasn't chasing stars. He was chasing a view. A moment. A perfect photograph. Nature gave him something else. Not because it was cruel. But because it doesn't care. In the wild, there are no second chances. Only rules. And teeth.